YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name's Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical where we make holsters and gear and also film content for this channel. In today's video, we are revisiting the awesome work from our buddy Vinny over at Monsoon Tactical. Of course, I'm talking about his new porting package, the Ghenghis Comp. As always, I like to tell you guys how I go about getting these products in for a review. You all probably remember our first video on the chunk port. Vinny and the team over at Monsoon Tactical are always looking for ways to improve and innovate. Since producing that video, he has upgraded that package to the new Ghenghis Comp. Of course, being big fans of the original chunk port, we wanted to get this new version on the channel. I purchased the Staccato C2 and immediately sent it out to Vinny. Vinny completed the work free of charge for this video and for future content. Big shout out and thank you to Vinny and his team. We always enjoy working with them for content. Okay, with that out of the way, let's go over the specs of this setup. The Monsoon Tactical Ghenghis Comp is their signature package, which mimics a true compensator expansion chamber. This machining can be performed on any 9mm bull barrel. The work will consist of the porting of the barrel and the slide with relocation of the front sight and a Cerakote finish. In the configuration we have done, this will cost you about $385 with a 7-week lead time. We chose to have the Ghenghis Comp machined into a brand new Staccato C2 with a full-size grip stippled by the awesome team from Extreme Shooters. We are calling this our Staccato C2X since it's a compact slide with a full-size grip. Additionally, we have added the Holosun 507C with our favorite reticle, the Vulcan ACSS from Primary Arms. Lastly, we added a compact light, which is the Streamlight TLR7A, and we kept it nice and concealed in our waistband with our own holster, the QVO Tactical Wingman Appendix Rig. This one is our new Tiger Stripe Modern Tropic design with pink Kydex. It's honestly probably my favorite new color combo. Okay, now what you guys all came here to see, the range footage. John, Jade, and I all headed out to one of our shooting spots here in Vegas, and as we always do, we recorded our first shots through the gun. All right, guys, we are here on the range. Gonna put the first rounds through this setup. It's a brand new C2 with the new Ghenghis Comp from our buddy Vinny over at Monsoon Tactical. The new updated version of the original chunk port. You know, that's one of our favorites. Additionally, I do have a full-size P grip on here. This has been done up by the guys over at Extreme Shooters with their original tree bark stipple. It's one of my faves. Anyways, we got some 124s in here. I'm gonna shoot my first 5 rounds through the gun and see how it feels. Here we go. Stand by. So you guys all know I love the ACSS reticle, so I'm rocking the 507C from Holosun with the Primary Arms ACSS, and yep, you can just track it the whole time. And if you guys are familiar with the ACSS, you know it has that outer ring. I'm not even seeing that outer ring. It is just staying to where I can see the chevron the whole time, putting the rounds where I want them to go. Let's walk down here real quick, check out the hits. So keep in mind, I have not zeroed this optic yet. I actually took it off of a Staccato P. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all within the actual 10 ring, not even the 9 ring, but the 10 ring, and not a super slow cadence either. So definitely digging it. Gun returns right back to 0 as expected. Vinny always kills it with his work. So I'm gonna have Jade and John try it out and give their thoughts. All right, we got John up next. He's gonna give his first thoughts on the new Ghenghis Comp from Monsoon Tactical. He actually rocks my old C2 with the original chunk port that he adopted that quickly when I decided I was gonna switch over to this setup. So anyway, John, give it a whirl, bud.
Wow, very flat. Nice, stays right on target. I like it.
All right, we got Jade up now. She's gonna give her initial thoughts on the first rounds with the Ghenghis Comp. Go for it. And thoughts?
Super smooth, very nice. You mentioned earlier that you didn't really see the outside circle just because it stays like right on target. It's really smooth, really great, and I agree with what you said.
So as expected, the gun shoots incredibly flat with the new Ghenghis Comp. Now, I know you guys just saw my original chunk ported C2 sitting there on the table. So before you run down to the comment section asking how does it compare, check out this next clip. All right, guys, so I know I'm gonna get a ton of questions down below in the comment section about how does the new Ghenghis Comp compare to the original chunk port. So I figured why not just get that out of the way right now since we're getting our initial thoughts. I'm going to shoot 5 rounds out of my original chunk port build, which is a C2. It's very similar to the new one. It's got a 509 instead of a 507, but it does have a TLR7A, and the grip is gonna be the C2 length instead of the P length. But other than that, the guns are very similar. So both guns have some 124 grain in them, and I'm gonna shoot 5 rounds out of the chunk port first, and then 5 rounds out of the Ghenghis Comp, and give you my thoughts. All right, here we go. First 5 rounds, chunk port, original, here we go. Feels good, just like when I originally got it. And now 5 rounds out of the new Ghenghis Comp. They feel very similar. Very negligible difference. I mean, I don't know if it's because I just like the aesthetic and look more of the new Ghenghis Comp, but it did feel a little softer recoil to me. However, I'm talking like if you don't shoot them side by side and immediately right after one another, to me, I don't think you'd be able to tell a difference. But I'm gonna have John hop up here and then Jade and give their thoughts as well. All right, we got John up. Same thing that I did, 5 rounds out of the original chunk port, and then immediately after, 5 rounds out of the Ghenghis Comp. Go for it, John. That thing is just flat, man. All right, side by side, Pepsi challenge comparison. What do you think?
Very, very, very close. I couldn't really tell any difference at all. Both work very flat, very smooth.
All right, we got Jade up now, same drill. First 5 rounds out of the original chunk port. Go for it. Now the next 5 out of the new Ghenghis Comp. And your thoughts?
I can't tell the difference. They both feel really great. Yeah, I don't know.
So there you guys have it. Between the previous version and the new version, you are still going to have a very flat shooting gun. I did notice a very slight difference with the new Ghenghis Comp, but like I said on the range, you literally would have to shoot them side by side right after one another to notice the difference. Now, before we move on, I know that some of you might be wondering why even get the new Ghenghis Comp then. First off, I would say aesthetically speaking, the Ghenghis Comp is a much cleaner OEM look. Additionally, with the first version of the chunk port, you were not able to use Safariland ALS holsters reliably without modifying them due to the locking mechanism grabbing onto the port. I'm happy to report that with the new Ghenghis Comp, that is not an issue whatsoever, and your gun will work perfectly fine in the Safariland ALS holster. Okay, moving on. Next up, we shot 3 different grains of 9mm ammunition in order to show you how the different grains recoil with this Ghenghis Comp. First 4 rounds, 124. Second set of 4, some 147s. And the last set of 4, the 90 grain plus P blue line ammunition from Ultimate Ammunition. All right, guys, you know that we've been carrying the blue line 90 grain plus P ammunition from Ultimate Ammunition. So I'm gonna run some of it, about 4 rounds through the gun real quick, a little fast pace, and then we're gonna do some slow-mo side angle footage just to kind of get my thoughts on it. I did shoot it already in the comparison, but now I'm gonna shoot it just by itself. Here we go, stand by. Man, it just returns right back to 0. That plus P ammo always makes these comps and ports just work really well. Let's do some side by side and slow-mo now. I think we can all see that the common theme is how flat this thing shoots, even with that Ultimate Ammunition 90 grain plus P 9mm. It still just returns to 0 so quickly. Next up, you know we had to run some bill drills. All right, guys, of course, we're gonna do our favorite drill, the bill drill. Running it from concealment, 4 time, C-zone steel, 7 yards out. Here we go, stand by. That was a 157. First shot was a 9.6. Pretty good split times there. I got 14, 12, 11, 11, 13, and all good hits. Hey-oh. .164. 161, first shot 9.3. I'm digging this, liking this setup a lot. All right guys, I figured let's do a couple of build drills now on this mini A-zone target. If you look over here, it's about 6 inches wide, 14 inches tall, a little more difficult, but let's give it a try. From concealment, here we go, stand by. There we go. Got a 187 first shot, 113, and still good. One thing with the TLR7A that I notice, if I come up really quick, the knuckle of my support hand will come up, and sometimes I'll inadvertently hit that light. Here we go, stand by. .171, first shot 101. Let's do one more. So 183, missed 2. Needless to say, guys, I'm very happy with those build drill times, especially from concealment and especially on that mini A-zone steel target. Now, it was at about this time that it started getting dark on the range. I plan on implementing this gun into my EDC rotation, so I did want to try that 40-yard Dickens drill before we left the range. You guys all know we recently produced a video on that drill, so I definitely figured why not run it here as well with my carry gun. All right guys, while we're out here on the range, our last video was on the Dickens drill. So one of the comments have been like, hey, there's a lot of stress induced. Let's get a little bit of cardio going. So we're 40 yards away. I'm gonna run 40 yards to where I have to shoot from and then start the timer and run the drill. On this C-zone, TA target steel. So I'm gonna have Jade go back there with the camera and then I'll run to her, shoot it from there, and we'll see how we do with 40 yards out, 10 rounds in 10 seconds. Gotta get 8 out of 10 hits. All right, here we go. All right, 40-yard run first, here we go. Holy shit, it's uneven. All right, start the timer. Here we go. Stand by. Got a total time of 7:91. First shot was a 193. Let's go check hits. Let's go up there now. Keep it recording, so we'll just fast forward through the walking portion. All right, so we're up here at the target now. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I think I threw one. I might have nicked it, but I think I threw one. So there you go, 9 out of 10 with a little bit of cardio involved, running from 40 yards out with the Staccato C2X and the Ghenghis Comp. Hey-oh. All right, now you know one range day was not enough for us, so we definitely had to get a second range session out. We decided to go out for a second range day because I wanted to shoot the gun bench rested at 10 yards and at 25 yards. I know that a few people have brought up concerns with bullet deviation on ported or compensated guns at distance, so I figured I would bench rest zero my gun at 10 yards like I normally do, and then we would see how that zero holds up at 25 yards. All right guys, one thing I want to do out here on the range, I'm going to shoot a 4-round grouping at 10 yards. Our gun has been zeroed for 10 yards with this 90 grain plus P ammunition. And then right after that, I'm going to shoot a 4-round group at 25 yards with that 10-yard zero and just see what the grouping looks like. So first 4 rounds is going to be here on this target at 10 yards. I have another camera set up. That way you guys can see the grouping as it happens live. Here we go. Take a look at the hits. So I'm happy with that. In a 2-inch circle, all 4 rounds touching right across that center diamond. Now we are going to shoot the same 4-round group. We'll try to shoot the same 4-round group at 25 yards and just see where the group ends up being. All right guys, with my gun zeroed at 10 yards with some 90 grain plus P ammunition, I'm now gonna shoot the same target but at 25 yards and then see where the grouping's at with there. All right, here we go. 25 yards out, and again, you got 2 different camera angles, so you should be seeing everything. Little tiny diamond though. Make this a little dimmer. Here we go. Let's go up there and look at it. So 25 yards out, I am shooting a 2-inch diamond, and let's see, this is more of the grouping here, these two guys, and the other 2 rounds here. There's my flyer. So with here, we're about 3/4 of an inch left and less than 1/2 inch up. So no crazy deviation. I know a lot of people, not a lot, I know some people said that they were having issues getting their guns ported or comped and seeing a massive deviation at 25 yards from a 10-yard zero. But as you can see here, nice tight grouping. You guys saw it as it was happening, so hope that helps you guys out. Now I'm definitely happy with that grouping and the shot placement at 25 yards. When you really think about it, the barrel is only 3.9 inches on a Staccato C2, and after having the Ghenghis Comp machine into the barrel, it's more like 3.6 inches now. So for us to still be getting these tight groups and while using the 90 grain plus P ammunition, I'm definitely pleased. Now, one thing I do want to note here, recently our buddy Bill Blowers of Tactical made a post regarding 2 separate zeros that he runs on his handgun optics. Bill uses different color witness marks on his optic, so that way he can zero his carry ammo and then have a different color zero for his training ammo. I never really thought about this, so I decided to shoot 2 separate groups from 10 yards bench rested with the zero that I acquired for my carry ammo, which is that 90 grain plus P blue line from Ultimate Ammunition. All right, guys, something I wanted to share with you that while we're out here on the range, I did a 10-yard zero with the carry ammo that I have, which is the 90 grain plus P blue line ammo from Ultimate Ammunition. So this is my grouping at 10 yards. And then our training ammo is some 124 from Norma. Same bench rested 10-yard shooting platform. And as you guys can see, we're 3 inches high and 1.25 inches right. So something for you guys to note, if you're out here training and you zero, say like with your 147 carry ammo, but you're training with maybe 115s, you definitely want to check those 2 different zeros, maybe make 2 different witness marks on your gun. But in addition to that, the first range session we had, I zeroed with this, but then I was shooting at 40 yards with this, and I definitely noticed my holdover had to be way low for me to hit on target, and this explains why. So something if you guys haven't tried out, maybe zero with your carry ammo, get a nice tight zero like this bench rested, and then shoot a bench rested zero with your training ammo and just see if there's any deviation between the 2 different grains. Just something I wanted to share with you guys. Hope it helps out. Now I wanted to make sure we got at least 500 rounds through this setup, so I figured we might as well do some more bill drills. However, this time I decided let's shoot on paper. All right, guys, so we're at about 400 to 500 rounds right now with this Ghenghis Comp on my C2X, and I figure we're out here on the range for a second range session, why not do some more bill drills? This time though, I'm gonna do it on paper, so running the 124s, so I do have some deviation there, 7 yards out, and just 2 different fields of view. So here in the glasses, as well as the camera here. Do it for time, get these glasses going, get the shot timer going. Here we go, stand by. That felt good. 213, first shot was a 134. We got some splits of 16, 16, 16, 16, 15. And let's go take a look at the hits. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Broke this line here. So 4 in the A zone. Let's call this C and C. And yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm trying to account for that deviation that we just saw with the 10 yards switching over the 124s, but I'm gonna mark these and let's go again. Total time 186, first shot 114, splits 15, 14, 15, 14, 14. And let's go look at these hits. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So those are all alphas in this box here with a total time of 186. 182, first shot was a 110, splits of 15, 14, 15, 15, 13. Take a look at these hits. Alpha, 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 alpha. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's 6. Got 6 alpha there. I'll take it. Hey-oh. Let's go again. Got a 179. First shot was a 105. Splits of 16, 15, 14, 14, 15. So looks like we got one just outside here. Well, second one in there. Third one in here. 4, 5, 6. 5 alpha, 1 Charlie. I'll take it. Let's just say I'm definitely happy with those times, and it was nice to shoot on paper for a change. I definitely hope that you guys like the 2 different angles that we filmed with to give you a better look. Let me know what you think about that down below in the comment section. We appreciate it. Now, one last thing, guys, I wanted to put this gun behind a chronograph. So while I was out this past weekend shooting a different video, I brought along my C2X with the Ghenghis Comp, and I took a minute to film this portion for you guys. All right, guys, back out here on the range with the Staccato C2X and the Ghenghis Comp. I brought my chronograph out today because I want to get you guys some numbers. We're going to be shooting some 124 grain first 4 rounds. The second set of 4 rounds are going to be the 90 grain plus Ps from Ultimate Ammunition that we carry. And then the last 4 is a little added bonus. Ultimate Ammunition just came out with their new 68 grain plus P ammunition, and that's said to get up to 1,880 feet per second out of handguns. Not sure what handgun they're testing it on, but we're going to shoot it through this Ghenghis Comp and just kind of get you guys some numbers. That way, anybody that had questions about like, hey, what kind of velocities are you getting with the modification done, now we'll see. So first 4 rounds, 124s. Here we go.
1093, 1093, 1079, 1083.
Okay, now the next 4 are going to be the 90 grain plus Ps.
1455, 1476, 1462, 1457.
So just between the 124s and the 90 grain, you're talking the highest was a 1093 up to a 1476. So almost 400 feet per second difference. So earlier in the video when I was showing you guys the 90 grain with the 10-yard zero and then shooting this 124 ammunition and seeing that deviation, well, you have 400 feet per second difference in the how fast the bullet's traveling. But now let's try it with the 68 grain and see what we're getting there.
1701, 1715, 1741, 1733.
So the highest there is 1741. So all the way from a 1093 to a 1741, which is roughly, let's just say 700 feet per second difference. So any of you guys that had questions about like, hey, how much velocity are you really losing with the Ghenghis Comp or any type of porting in this situation, it's not significant enough for me to worry about it. I'm carrying the 90 grain plus P ammunition, so I get, you know, in the 1400s, which is definitely gonna be faster than your 124s and your 147. So I hope that answers the question for you guys out there that had that were wondering about it. That's why I brought this out. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna be moving on. All right, so after running the new Ghenghis Comp on the range with a little over 500 rounds to the gun, I'm happy to say that I really dig it, and if you are like me and you really dig the Staccato XC, but wish there was a compact version of it, well, this is the closest thing that you're gonna get to that. I think this is an easy, no-brainer, no questions asked upgrade for your gun, especially at that price point of only $385. Well, guys, that's gonna wrap up our review of the Monsoon Tactical Ghenghis Comp for our Staccato C2X. Please let us know what you guys thought about this video down below in the comment section. We appreciate it. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up because that does help out the channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to our videos because we post them every week. If you want to further support our content, check out that Patreon link down below. Our Patreon supporters are a huge reason why we keep making these videos for you guys all to watch, so big shout out to them. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.